driving around through Japan or just walking through the market streets of Japan. And of course, they would have the music in the background. I was like, oh man, this is the vibe. His name is Ryan Celsius.
How did he find this music?
It popped up on my thing, and it's not just Soudier, right? It was a whole collection of different sounds that Ryan Celsius enjoyed. And Soudier happened to be one of them that I heard a few times, like, man, who is this guy? The tags, right? The ad-libs. I was like, it's stuff, small stuff like that. You're like, man, whoever is doing this one, this is the style that I like. And then you dive into it, oh, it's Soudier, this guy. Let me look off all his stuff. And then he just divulges into what it is now. Yeah. DJ Young Band, oh, he's another one too. How did I forget about him? I wouldn't say all of them are Purple Posse. I would feel more lenient to say that, like, Soudier is exclusive to Purple Posse, but whenever he does make mixes with stuff, he can just throw them on there as if they're Purple Posse too.
So he's just like, hey, you're part of this.
Come on in, yeah.
And they're French. Nothing against French people. Like, I never would have thought, like.
Well, that as well as Expedition 33, you guys. So I need to check that game out. That's a wild game. That's French as well, I'm sure too, because like the audio, you wouldn't put French audio that's not going to be representative of where the studio's housed, right? Music is something to it. They've got something going on Notre Dame, right? I gotta get back overseas. So I gotta get my passport. Like, I gotta get a lot of things going on for me in my life, but if they are moving in a direction that things are looking up instead of down, but slow and steady, I suppose. As I said with my account stuff, right? It's only a matter of when, not a matter of when. I've done it times, but just imagine what it'd be like when I'm actually set free. That's why I sent you that message. More, still feel at days like I'm just like waking up in someone else's house.
You don't even say how it's supposed to be said.
What's a real feeling? Buzzer is going. It's going down. Deep, deep, deep. Time to go. Time to move.
We are headed to my youngest son's Tae Kwon Do graduation.
He surpassed me and myself. Actually, all of us. We didn't go that far.
Teenagers whooping off.
It's good for him though. Some sort of dedication and discipline, you know. Whether he recognizes it himself or not, it's good for him. Proud of you.
As far as I know, these are the imprinting ages. I don't know what age it stops at.
I would say around 14. Actually, if I'm being honest, I would say 13.
You have time to think.
Hit me there, right? Oh, this is because of the third generation of right? You guys, the unsuspecting. What I mean by that is, I'm sure some of you guys out there are aware of the Fibonacci sequence and how the golden ratio can be found within the sequence, right? We see it in sunflowers, we see it in the spiral of a shell, and the spirals of a galaxy. It's like the natural progression of things. And so first 1 to 2, the sequence is you take the sum, so 1 plus 1, and then you get 2. You take that sum and then add the first one, which is now 1 plus 2, and you get 3. You take the number 3, which is the sum, and add the previous, which is 2, so you get 5. So you do that sequence, and you'll get to 3 plus 5 will get you 8, and then so 8 to 13 are the years. He's in that age, right? The age range. It's impressionable right now, and then by the time you get to 13, that's when, for me, and I really feel like his brain is my brain the same way, because I see a lot of myself in him, even though he's not my child. I keep saying I see myself in him. So by 13, man, that'll be when he'll start thinking for himself, to early stages thinking for himself, right? He'll still listen to what you have to say, but it's only going to be within reason that he feels is logical to him.
Very intent. He doesn't really talk.
Nope.
He absorbed the information.
Yep.
Fully.
Yep. That's neat.
Because last night, I know this is small, but last night, we were talking about Call of Duty, and he was saying all the lines that they say at the beginning of the matches. He was saying all of them. You remember these?
Yeah, man.
He's never played it.
No, it's in there. I don't know what to call it or how to explain it, but maybe some form of you had a predisposition for the sickle cell anemia.
Yeah.
That maybe it's the same. Yeah, maybe it's something similar to ADHD, but like me, because you know how many times mom said, "I'll get you tested." She wouldn't elaborate. I don't know why not, or why they wouldn't put in effort to go get us tested, right? If it's such a legitimate issue that you keep bringing it up, why wouldn't you go do it, right? But bygones is whatever. Yeah. Me, the way I look at it, I've just learned to accept it for what it is. If I do have it, if I am on that spectrum, make it work for myself. What does it mean to be ADHD or on the he's gonna start formulating a voice of his own, and it's gonna be something. I don't know if it's gonna be fine, right? But it'll be a voice of his own about all the things that he's seen related to. And it's gonna be weight to what he talks about.
To the detail. Because that's how you look at things. I see the painting, but I'm looking at why this little piece right here. Let's try to figure this.
I still remember one of the first things I said that.
And now it changed the way I think about things, because I wasn't always intellectual. I was always, I think as an introvert, you're always naturally inquisitive.
Right.
But when I started seeing you, how you like to break things down for piece, trying to figure out, well, this is how most people look at it, but
there's another way, right?
There's another way.
Sure.
Oh, that's something that I can learn from him, even though you're younger than me. It's one of the things I appreciate. Because you're younger doesn't mean I can't learn stuff.
True. That is true.
Most people are like,
oh, I know everything. I'm
know
never
it
gonna
all.
learn
You
it.
can't tell me nothing.
What's this saying? The old dog can't be taught new tricks or something like that?
Yes. There you go. I don't believe in that.
So.
With everyone. I think you can learn. I honestly think you can learn more from kids.
Someone was saying that actually.
Just watch them.
What you're saying, I was watching before you even came over. This guy, Zach Scott Games. He's the guy that got me onto Last of Us. He got me onto a lot of games. Anyways, he and his girlfriend or his wife, they were playing the second season of Last of Us, the second game, Last of Us 2. And his wife, one of them made a comment about kids, and then I think he followed up. He was like, man, it'll surprise you what kids can actually find ways to get around your logic. You didn't even think about it like that.
I remember one time I had asked Gabriel something. This kind of goes full circle. And I said, Gabriel, why you need to do that? Very concisely. He said, because I need to. And I couldn't figure out, how do I refute, how do I rebuttal
You
that?
can't, because there's nothing for you to grab onto.
I'm like,
That's
shoot,
good.
he got me.
That's good.
I don't know what to say. He said I need to. And it was actually because he actually needed to. But the answer was just very
so short. There's
short
nothing for
and
you to pick
succinct.
up on to nitpick about. That's what mom would do with us.
He's right.
And it's frustrating too, because she would be nitpicking all the time, right? From the smallest to minor things. Is it really that much of a problem? Why are you being so argumentative? Why are you being so defensive? Why you always got something to say? I'm sorry, it's my brain. You want me to be in a mute all the time? That's honestly how I got to it at a certain point. I was like, it's not even worth it. Y'all are not gonna understand what I'm saying, which is frustrating. Because I would like for you to understand. That way you wouldn't be left in the dark.
I didn't notice that. That's when you started shutting down.
It's not the effort. They say a movable object, unstoppable force is a movable object or whatever.
I don't know if you finished it.
I don't think I finished it, but we'll go back to it. But the Fibonacci sequence, I was just saying if I didn't finish it, but I definitely talked about the sequence and how it's formulated. But when you get to about 8 to 13, that's that prime area where, and even it'll start earlier, maybe 6. That's when they're first starting to absorb stuff. But when they're putting 2 and 2 together, about 8 to 13, and then by 14 is when I felt I was aware enough of my own actions that I was like, at least of myself, not necessarily like how the world worked, society, right? That BS, but that age, very impressionable. Go listen to what you have to say. And I was always saying at some point, man, I get my own kid, man. Could you imagine what I would teach my kid?
Oh man.
Between that age, I'd be on him and be like, oh, you gotta be observant, you gotta be on top of it.
I remember when you were
I'd give my kids little tests, little things to keep them on their toes, and at some point they'll get tired of it. It'll be like when you teach a dog to do something so many times, then it after a certain point just gets used to it, and so it does it automatically. That'll be the same thing with my kids, and they'll be getting me. I'll be like, oh, y'all got me. That's good. Now stay like that. Don't ever lose that. Priming them for real life, because you never know at what point life is going to sweep you off your feet, right? Tell you to reset. Okay, don't get upset. It's just one time that life is giving you the broom, the street sweeper. I'm telling you, man, it's funny whenever all the way across the map you just hear, oh, someone got it, and you see their name up on the kill feed getting shot by the street sweeper.
A streak with that is like,
I had a dream. I had a nuke.
I need to have my drink. No, that one.
How did that get up there? Sorry. There's a board in the trees. How did that get up there? I hope y'all seen that. I forget the guy's name on YouTube, but he'll go through different videos and talk about how they're reacting to the economy, that the third and whatnot. Something Peterson, or not Jordan Peterson, of course not him, but some guy. Anyways, his shirt, if y'all have seen him, he's got a Cadillac or something like that. He calls his shirt Daddy. He's a pretty funny guy. Shout out to him. He was talking about, in a way, what we had talked about. At some point, it will be whoever can use ChatGPT the most efficiently is going to be able to run for president. He didn't say the exact same way, but it was on par with what we were talking about in that same format.
Last month?
Within so it was recently, at least 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Now,
so if he sees it, we were talking about it, it's going to become a thing. Who's going to be able to use ChatGPT or any AI text format model, whatever you call them? Whoever can use it the most effectively.
I saw a video yesterday or 2 days ago, and the title was something about how AI is killing creators. How it's not coming from here.
No.
It's coming from...
Was Z in his car? Yeah.
Was it a black guy?
No, it wasn't. It was because this was been in the same video as the guy that I'm talking about, that Peterson guy, whatever his dude, right? But no, still is
saying the same thing. It's like how it's not going to come down to who's actually talented. It's just who can use ChatGPT more efficiently than the other. It's sad though.
This is going back to convenience, you guys. And even chat, when I had this conversation with it, because it was understanding what I was saying, you understood what I was saying. When it comes to convenience, what chat said is most people are using it in the form of they are slaves to it, and not they are the master to the convenience.
Yeah.
So if everyone is just, again, with even convenience itself, ChatGPT, you're becoming a slave to someone else thinking for you.
The real thing though, that's what kills me.
What you were having a conversation with last night.
Oh yeah, and not even like that specifically, but if you step outside and look at it, you're having, I understand, because it's there, it's called ChatGPT, it's there to chat.
Right.
But
it's in its name.
Yes, it has its uses. It's for coding, business ideas, coming up with planning, whatever, calculations, whatever. It has functional uses. I just don't think it should be replacing the human element.
No, not at all.
Because now, look, social media has already made everyone fake social. Everyone's social online, but when you get around people,
I always have a conversation with myself about this as well.
you suck so bad at having a conversation.
Go ahead.
Because you, not purposely, you inadvertently trained your mind to only be able to talk to people in a device.
Through a medium.
And then when they're standing right there in front of you,
You don't know how to be actually personable.
it's gone. I don't know how to describe that. I know that's what the thing.
That's the lulling of the brain. They don't have to think for themselves. You see it.
I think being on the spot, that's what causes the issue.
Those that are only extroverts through a medium.
Yeah.
Either alcohol or some sort of thing that inebriates the ability. Liquid courage, man. No, I was, the conversation I was having myself, same lines, but it was, look, y'all gonna hate me. I don't give two craps. The truth is what it is. In my opinion, I'm just gonna say flat out, most women are fear driven. They're different creatures and they're driven by fear. And when you can eradicate that fear, that's when they're comfortable with you. It's not up for immediate, at least most of them, right?
No, that's very true.
And so when you look at advertisements, why is it always fear driven? Who spends all the money?
I knew that it was a ploy on
Emotions.
vulnerabilities.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't think about it was like
You're missing out or someone else is getting ahead of you. So again, you gotta catch up. It's fear driven.
or you're not gonna be pretty enough.
You're ugly or,
You don't have this.
right?
You don't have this thing. If you don't have this thing, you're just gonna be the ugliest person on the world. So buy this thing,
and give us your money.
and you're gonna be the most prettiest person on the planet.
And then a week or two later, maybe a month later, we'll have a new product for you to feel like you're being left out upon. So you need to pay us for that as well. Because
They just do that with guys.
that's what I was gonna say. How often do you get commercials for guys that are in the same
It's not
fear driven?
No, it's not really like that. They have a Hims commercial when it's like hair and
I feel like
those are natural. Those happen at certain ages, like when you're older.
I do understand that argument. When it comes to, I feel some type of way about being advertised about sexual stuff related.
I don't like to do that.
I can't stand it, whether it's something small like Viagra or anything that's actually adverse. But there was one thing that popped up on YouTube, and it was a short And of course, it's a younger generation, right, that made the video. But the title was "Getting Her Excited for Nothing," and it was clickbait oriented.
Wait, this was on YouTube?
The guy was in a bathroom. His girl was sitting on the bathroom counter, and then he ended up putting his hands on her thighs and making the motion he's gonna do something. We all know what that motion to be. And like I said, it's clickbait, so you see where he's at within that motion of that movement. And again, getting her excited for nothing. I'm sitting there thinking, like, now, because one, it's up there. Kids are already questionable and impressionable. So you have the one kid that's gonna fall for it, and it's gonna be already imprinted on his brain that he's gonna want to look for something more off of that. Sure, he'll follow your content, right, for the person that made the video that he wants you to subscribe, right? But the implications of what's being driven there, and the fact that YouTube allows it to be, it's an innuendo, and we're allowing the innuendo to continue to exist. At least it's fine if it's held within mature adults and it's not being pushed into society via a video. If you're aware enough about it, right, fine. But everybody does not need to be showcased this.
It's like you're opening Pandora's box.
They don't. And I definitely, you can hate me, whoever you are, but I definitely marked your video up, and I told I told YouTube, I was like, look, if y'all are allowing this, then YouTube is falling.
And trust me, if I know something about him, he's the guy that will report ads.
I report ads.
If it aggravates him enough, he will report it, and he will send a paragraph. Because there was something that you did a while ago, you actually reported. Yeah, she got to hold it like that. I know that the action took place, but I don't remember
the setup. It's okay. It happens.
I don't know if it was on the video game. Maybe it was Call of Duty, and you reported someone, and you sent the whole paragraph to them. This is crap. This is BS. Are y'all allowing this?
I will go off. I definitely will, because we all know what right and wrong is. We all understand where, for those that can think for themselves and haven't had the infinite Tsukiyomi, you guys, I'm telling you, convenience has lulled y'all to sleep. Y'all are in a deep sleep. Y'all won't think for yourselves. But those who can think for ourselves, however it's pronounced, we know what right and wrong is, and we know where that fine line in between, that gray area, where it's like, it's questionable. Should I put this? And if it hinges upon some sort of moral ethic that you wouldn't want passed off to your kids, then that's probably where you should be like, oh, I need to draw the line here. If you don't care about your kids, then that's bad parenting. I'm sorry. People do it. I don't know, man.
It's a lot of work, but
they're rewarding. And as not even my kids, man. I look at my two nephews here, and I can't wait to see what they're like when they're older, when they're my age, honestly.
I always say that too. Where they end up when they're older.
I wonder what Jordan's kids would be like. I don't have no partner, but I have thought about adopting. I really have. But of course, I need other things to get in a better position in my life before that happens. But
I will stand on it forever and ever. I will always stand on this. You have patience.
Yes.
Like, you don't tolerate crap from the dogs. Well, in a sense, because I remember when Nehemiah, you were playing the game and he was crawling all over you and you were dying left and right. Just like,
it don't matter, because they are still being brought into the world. You want me to be a punk to your child? To anybody's child? Absolutely not. They don't know any better.
Gabe was talking about someone practice. I'm like already?
No.
Like, they're already doing this? And I'm conflicted because you have to accept the reality that this is how it is these days.
I think it's our inability to be adult. The adult's inability to formulate better words, better sentences, and dropping negative rhetoric.
It is on you.
Again, they should know right and from wrong.
I don't know what the parents are doing.
Because if enough parents came to that adult and said, we're tired of you cussing at our children, we want something different, either different ways of speaking to our children, and not coddling. Don't get me wrong, I don't mean to coddle, because they definitely need a firm hand when being raised, but not to the extent that you're backslapping these kids every time they do something wrong. I guarantee you, if there's enough the parents bringing this issue up to him or whoever's in charge of him, the issue would get settled.
And I have to as I told you, son.
You have to refrain, right?
I have to refrain and calm myself because I go into dad mode. Sometimes I don't know.
It kicks in. That's the natural part of being a dad. After a certain point, and what you're talking about is what I've been experiencing in terms of the blending of kid Zion and king Zion. There's one part of you that's a nice, innocent, good side of you, right? And then there's the other side that's strict and firm. It's get to it.
Duality.
Yes. And that was the issue that I was having, was like bringing them.
Trying to pick one or the other.
You got to bring them in at the same time. It is you.
When we left the house to grab you, there was a guy. He was walking by and he looked at Nehemiah and he did something. I didn't really catch what he did, and I looked at him.
Don't be doing.
You know how I get that look? Nehemiah was like, "Why'd you look at him like that?" I said, "What did he do?" He said he did the peace sign. I was like,
all right. I mean, there are child predators out here, and it's crazy.
That's what I was.
Absolutely.
I don't go there immediately, but you never know.
You did it with Whitney the other time. That one guy. What are you doing? What do you mean? What am I doing? That's my sister.
Mind your business.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't be doing nothing if it wasn't part of my business.
Why would I just be standing there?
And that comes with being a rational thinker.
He wasn't irrational. He was trying to be tough. He didn't go through the checklist. Maybe he's a friend.
Right.
Maybe he's related.
Right? No.
See, maybe he's XYZ.
I just want to look like I can handle my own. Macho bravado, man.
What are you doing, man?
Making yourself look silly there, buddy.
Even dudes in prison aren't like that.
I would imagine.
They've done stuff.
Yes.
People in prison, just being honest, people in prison have more common sense and more respect for people than people out here. It's so weird, but it's just, I'm not saying that it's a great.
Do you think that could fall in line with what I've been saying about convenience?
Probably.
Somewhere.
Probably 70-80% of it. Absolutely.
And why I bring up convenience again, and they've probably experienced it, those that are, said 70-80% of those that are in there that feel that, it's probably because they've been pushed to an edge where convenience is no longer a normal, natural thing, so they really have to put in the work and effort to think for themselves.
All of it. That's like working out, being social without coming across as a bottom. Like, I don't know, it's just like natural. Like, even for people, because I had a bunkie, he was there for murder. One of the nicest people I ever met. But don't cross him.
I was about to say, it must have been something that really pushed his buttons to the extreme that if he's composed, doing his time, right? Before then, something must have really pushed his buttons so far that it was like, this has to be done.
I didn't like to pry people's business.
Oh, absolutely. You never know what they went through, experience, what it is.
Some of the most respectful, smart, I don't know. You could see what it's like
On the inside.
you'd be like, hey, this is terrible, but the people in here actually have some, not all of them, I'm not saying all of them, but there are some of them.
Maybe they're still getting attuned to it.
Literally, one of the monkeys next to me, they were in there talking about how to make fake money. Y'all didn't learn anything.
And
I didn't learn anything.
people go down their paths.
That was actually when I first learned about Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Because there was a Muslim guy and he was talking about a mining machine. They give you money if you mine.
Yep. Just think of it like, you are not the power to it, you're the people that process the power to the people that need it.
You can make money. Just being the intermediate.
People still do it. It's still a thing. Although
I know it takes a lot of power, but
it takes a lot of power, a lot of money just to get one Bitcoin mining machine, and then the difference between now and then is how much you could get from one successful, because there's a lot more people that want to do it, right?
a fraction of like
What it used to be.
pennies, right?
No, depending on which one you're mining, because obviously there's various coins out there. There's so many different, you can do so many. But we're just relating it. The one successful completion would have given you, I'm just guesstimating here, people, if y'all really know the full answer, but I would say it'd probably give you maybe 20 Bitcoin. Of course, though, Bitcoin wasn't as big as it was back then. So there was an in-between point, which probably would have been 2014, 2015, when people were doing GPU mining. That started exploding, and then GPU prices went up. It's still Bitcoin mining, or it's still cryptocurrency mining of any sort, but you're no longer use the CPU of a computer, using the GPU. GPU is dedicated. CPU is just sitting there, it has to calculate all the other things, right? But with the GPU, you can just dedicate that processor to, so people would make mining rigs, whole bunch of different GPUs stacked into one, and there'll be money be going up.
I've seen it in hours.
I'll tell you what though, you walk inside one of those, it's hot, man, it's hot. It's 100 plus degrees. You gotta keep them well ventilated. And that's why people started getting in trouble, because their house, or they're sucking too much power out of the power grid. And of course, the feds will be like, what you doing over here with all this power? What are you doing? This is 2,600 kilowatt hours more than what you were doing 2 years ago. What are you doing?
Just get on the budget plan.
But here's the thing though. I'm sorry, I gotta turn this off. This is between me and him. Time Dad came to pick us up, it was not sitting well on my stomach. All in his car. I felt so bad. I clubbed our dad, your grandpa. I clubbed him in the nose once, and I broke his nose.
Oh.
Yeah, with the golf club.
I went to go swing, like pull it back, and I went a little too far, or he was a little too close, or maybe both. And got him in his nose and started
Hit him hard. I remember that.
I didn't realize he was standing behind me.
He didn't do it on purpose. But I remember the sound. I'll never forget the sound. It doesn't sound like it sounds on TV.
What does it sound like?
It's like a thud.
Yeah.
So it sounds like.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Sounds like that.
Not even like that.
I remember one time. I remember punching Gabriel's tooth out.
Proud of you, man.
I punched Gabriel.
Say hello. Why are we here?
Because I'm graduating
What are you getting?
my orange belt.
No, he noticed it. He said, "Bubby, you punched out my tooth." I was like, "Oh no, I didn't. How did I?"
Hold it, bro. Hold it, you good. Hold it one more time. Hold it one more time. Hold it one more time.
U.S. Academy of Tae Kwon Do proudly certifies that the people before you have successfully completed all requirements and attained the rank of 8th Scout Orange Belt in the Korean martial art of Tae Kwon Do, and as such is hereby awarded this official certificate of rank. Signed, Master C. Eric Young, founder and head master instructor.
Take the book.
No, leave that. No. Leave it on that. Leave it on that.
It's not a book.
Yeah, it is. Come on, let's go.
Sound as imitating guns.
Go ahead.
It actually just sounds like a cat. Did you also know that eagles don't sound like a...
Hey, go to the car.
They sound
I've never really heard.
Car's that way. Where y'all going?
like this. Go!
Y'all know y'all's way around the map on Call of Duty, but can't figure out where the car is. What's going on with y'all?
I don't know what.
Where's going on with y'all?
Here's the map, alright?
What's going on with this? We had
I think it was that as well as I was drinking some liquid courage too. It was getting into that zone when you locked in. That's when I took the guy's field mic. I was really focused in. I was like, I'm gonna take that. And I went off, did my thing. No one messed with it the whole time. I was like, goodness.
No one touched it.
And then
That
he
let you
said,
know where
I'll
they
take
were.
another hand cannon, please.
When the guy came in after you were in the building, you turned around and you shot him.
I think that was probably what set me off too. Oh, I'm going.
I saw you. I saw you.
We have to get back
kill
on the
someone through the window.
Also, do you think you could get me coins, please?
With the
You mean the VC? So you can buy a gun?
I want the fire.
Maybe.
Amigos, Miko, we all got the flow. Just grab something to drink right now. Stopped off at it stopped. I'm gonna get myself a Yingling later on tonight. It's family operated, you guys. You see that right there? Family operated. Means keep their lager tradition.
Doing a pickup order.
We just made another pit stop at the good old Walrus. So at some point, like I said, we're gonna be so well known on these apps, YouTube, social media, anything that you think of. They're gonna be like, man, Walrus, why ain't you been sponsoring our man out there, Lambros? You need to get them boys up on. They can walk in at any day.
Free, everything free.
Anytime they walk in, they be like, oh, it's the Lambros. There it is.
Everything free.
Don't even. You just walk in. All right, you don't know what it is.
Oh, come on back, come on. Ain't got no business being back there.
All right, what did we say last time? Where was the person was looking all funny and he was like, no, I'm just gonna do it myself. I've been here so many times, I know how to make it myself. Yo, go deal with somebody else. I got this.
Make your own thing.
It's a Lambros. Now we got this drive back in an overcast setting. Yay.
I taught y'all well. What did I always say Uncle Justin's favorite Super Smash Bros. Character was? No. It's the one you least expect. I've told y'all this. No. This is heresy. Blasphemous.
Hey, they talking like they don't know.
Villager. What you mean, ew? You must not know. You see that face? See?
He's a villager.
That's exactly, see? And people that go up against him, they're like, oh, you can use Villager?
They always underestimate the abilities that I have.
And he sits on that little wooden rocket.
You want to come close to me? Hold on. I got an axe ready for you.
Gotta.
Oh, you want to try and throw some projectiles? Oh, I'll just pocket that. Thank you. Throw it out later at any point that I want. Next to Villager would be definitely Mario. They're on a comparable level. I like Mario for his meteor spike. If I get a right angle on you, you're over the ledge. Oh, see you later. Damn.
Why my characters, they don't ever give any love on YouTube. Remember when we were trying to find Luigi videos? No one plays with Luigi. I be messing people up with Luigi.
Rob plays Luigi real well. Goodbye. Mr. Game & Watch is fun. When you start getting to the point where he uses tilts, those are the hidden moves. There's one that's so dirty. It does this thing where he gets down on a leg and he pops up like a plate or something, like a hot plate. Boop. And it comes out so fast. Frames are like so fast. You just boop, it's sending flying.
Danger. Rest in peace, man. Danger. He was busting them up, trying to do their special move, and then he would just take it into the jet.
Yes.
And then he'd
Throw it right back, the oil pan. I love that one. That's
so dirty.
That's the villagers thing. The pocket, right? I'll just suck whatever you have and just throw it in my pocket for later. It's the same thing, but just more, I don't know. You get engaged, you get involved with it with Mr. Game & Watch. Like, come on, throw me something.
I don't know his counter.
His counter's like.
You take damage, and then he'll come out of nowhere from the side and just like do some karate kick. Right? That's the one, right? You as in you, the player, you like the one who is doing the damage to Greninja, you're gonna take damage from him. Now, unless you're fast enough and you can just do the dodge on it.
No, you can't.
Stance dodge.
You can't.
I'm sure Justin's saying you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. Because he's been playing Smash Bros. A lot longer than him.
I think
It is difficult to get the dodge on. You have to be quick, but you can do it. And actually, I got to a point where I was very interchangeable with all the players after a certain point because I set my controls up a specific way that allowed me to to be interchangeable with any character, so it didn't even matter. You can throw me on any new character, I'll be fine. But what I would do is, I'm not really gonna give too much out, but I'll set myself up to where you will think that you have the upper hand, and you'll want to come up to me. No, I got you. What you doing?
About to lose.
I got you in a grab. Now I'm gonna throw you off the stage.
We were first starting, you used to bring your thing over, and I was like, I was a beginner. I was playing so terrible. He was just like, man, just use King DDD. I started using King DDD.
Man was cooking.
Messing them up
Strong, man.
with the hammer.
Because I noticed that's where you were doing real well with, because you would pull him out every now and then. This is his starter character that he needs to just stick to.
He was like, just use him, because he was getting frustrated because we were losing so much. I was like, oh my bad, I'm sorry.
It wasn't like that.
You're not used to losing that much.
Really what the issue is my skill level. This happens often, and this is even what it is in with the Black Ops 6 now. The skill level for me, I'll get so up there that people will try to play with me, and they just won't be able to keep up. I'm like, I am sorry, I'm just good.
Can't do it.
In terms of Smash, I've been in some tournaments and I've won a couple.
Little Mac, that was my other guy.
That's Rob's favorite, or next to favorite, man.
You just hold that button.
What if you had?
He has terrible recovery though.
Yes, he does.
Somehow Rob be recovering that into late damage HP. I don't know how he be doing, man.
Rob?
He knows
You play
the
with him
character
so
so
much.
much.
What if you have Donkey Kong and Little Max?
What is Donkey Kong's?
It's the same as Little Max.
He gets real big.
The punch.
He can punch faster.
It's a super strong punch.
A lot of people rate it as the best character.
Who?
And I don't know what they have in the Ultimate ones, but they always say it's either between three people. It's between Meta Knight,
Brawl.
Yeah, Meta Knight, what's the Samus?
Girl.
Zero Suit Samus, and Diddy Kong.
Oh, Diddy Kong's one of them.
They say Diddy Kong is unstoppable, but I don't know.
I couldn't really say for Diddy Kong, to be honest. I haven't really seen a lot of people play Diddy Kong, but I'm pretty sure if there are good players that play Diddy Kong real well, he's annoying.
Yeah.
I tried playing him, but there's some things. I was still early in my Smash career at the time, but
Smash Bros. When I get my new Nintendo.
Of course. Can't we all play on the same team?
I think so. I don't know if that's for the new one or if that was for a Wii U version.
We're getting a new one. So the first thing that I'm going to get is the DLC. I'm good with
Thank you. What if I punched it so hard that she went flying with it?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Is it the barbecue ones that'd be right here?
Yeah, it should be in there.
Thank you. I got it right here. Ren plays them real well. That's why I said I do agree with you. It's like
But what about
Mewtwo? Mewtwo's fun. He's just for the quirkiness of him. Just be able to play it.
Alright, live tape. Who would you say is the best character to start off? Unbiased.
there? What about? I guess they will be those two.
I was thinking Link. Because if you get a concept of how Link plays, it applies to a lot more of the sword people too.
What about, what's the other one?
Toon Link?
Toon
Link is called a Minion Link. That's who I played whenever. I felt like Rob was the one who owned Link, per se. Because he played them all the time really well.
No, don't pick him. Remember we used to do that as a kid? I'm using that card. You can't pick the same card.
That's how it goes. It's yours. You use it all the time. I'm not gonna use your stuff. When the good relation or comparison would be Need for Speed. You had the Mercedes.
What card did you use?
I used 360 Spider, Venom 360 Spider, or something like that.
I don't know. No, we don't know that.
Meal. Melee.
No, I want to play Smash.
Alright, come on, but beat both.
All three of us against him. What'd I just tell you?
One person's yellow.
I will make you feel comfortable enough to where you want to come close.
One person's yellow.
I'm not gonna beat Justin.
I'll go come close to you.
The only way that you're beating me is if I mess up. That's normally how it always is I'll do something a little bit too extra at times, but it's killing me.
Seriously?
You might hold your own against me if that's because I'm inexperienced.
Because my dad had that.
Experience is something that can't really be experienced.
No.
But the vacuum,
What you just said is actually what me and Eddie used to do all the time. We would try and gang up on Rod until pace as he beat us. Like, he'd still be up 2 lives, and we were down to our final lives. Come on, how are we?
So Rob was the beast.
He was the dirt master of the dirt.
He might like
Pokemon trainer is fun, man.
Not anymore.
you don't like him anymore.
The only thing I don't like about him is the recovery for Ivysaur. Recovery, if like if you're off the edge and you're playing as Ivysaur,
Sucks.
he throws out his vine, but I still have yet to find the perfect way to throw out his vine and get the ledge all the time, 100%. And then he just falls down to the ground, blows up, dies. There goes life. Pikachu is fast. That's the only thing I can say about Pikachu. Just don't let him be fast against you. Otherwise, you're just gonna be in a tough fight.
You're not using that speed.
You're easy to be. You're small. You're light. You're just a giant mouse. I'm over here.
No. What are you gonna do?
Here and there, I'm not sure. Watching YouTube videos and then just relaxing and seeing what else is there. So wait, Rob said he might have it. He's gotta look through his videos.
Video, basketball video.
What you looking at?
And maybe popping on a game. I don't know if you want to play or not.
I haven't really been playing games too often today. I've just been watching.
Me neither. But
I've been playing.
This is life.
good see you. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Y'all get home safe.
All right, man.
Thank you again for everything.
Of course.
It's nice to get out just for a little bit.
No problem, man. Get in safe. You got everything?
Everything.
All right, man.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Yeah.